This young woman you're seeing here, is a widow. The husband just died recently, and all of a sudden, the family started dragging for properties. Yes, for the husband properties. Even she said when he was being buried, that was when they started all these shenanigans. That they want the documents of everything that their husband, all the houses, everything. She even took them to the warehouse, took them to all the houses. They say they want everything, but they now say let her hold on first until she finish money. And now that she's finished her money, they want to collect everything. They want her to be accounting for everything. She said, how can she do that? That after all, she has 4 kids. She will be using this money to be training their children. They say they want to know everything. If to the extent that the brother-in-law that is in Germany was threatening her that if you don't get those things, if you don't provide those things and start accounting to us, I'm going to send this to you. I'm going to send assassin. Started threatening her by all means, to the extent that according to her, they even went to the extent of reporting her to ROC. We call it this juju. They call it ROC. That is packing all their brother's money, her husband money, to her family. That everything she's doing now is in her family. She's building house in her, doing a lot of things in her family. They have to go to her father's house and drop that juju there. I don't know what they mean by that. And now, her son, her last baby that is 7 years old, was sick. She took the boy to hospital, even to the extent that the boy was in ICU. She called the family that this is what is happening to your son. They did not even listen to her. They said they don't care. The only thing they care is for her to come and account for everything. She stayed in the hospital with this baby. Unfortunately, the boy died. She now took this boy to the village, to her husband compound to be buried. They said she will not bury this boy in the husband compound. Even the mother-in-law was the one that carried everything on her head, that she's not going to bury her, her own grandson, that this woman is not going to bury her own son in the father's compound, in his own father's compound, until she provide the document and all the properties of her son. My people, is very pathetic. And she has to run to the Anambra State Women Affairs to go and report this matter. And let's see how it goes. It's very terrible that when a woman husband died, the family will come after the woman, want to take everything away, even when there is children. Is in fact, I don't even know what is happening. I just believe that this family will be dealt with mercilessly, so that others will learn from it. Let's listen to her first. Let's listen to her and hear from
my son is in the mortuary, a 7-year-old baby lying in the mortuary, and my brother-in-law and my mother-in-law refused the boy to be buried, stating that unless I do the needful. And what is the needful? That I should come and present my husband thing, which is their brother's thing, that they want to see what my husband have. His name is Anadi Shinyere.
Okay.
I'm from Ihiala local government, precisely Unwebike village. I'm a widow. I'm a young widow. So I run to the ministry because I'm a widow, and my husband people and my mother-in-law, since my husband died, immediately after the burial, 2 to 3 days after the burial, they came to me and said that they want to go and show me the properties in the village, and my mother-in-law said no, that since I'm wearing my morning clothes, I should not go there. So there was an argument then after that, but they said that they will come to the Lagos so that I will show them the ones in Lagos. If I bring land A, if I show them land A, I will give them the documents so that they will look at these documents and confirm that the documents are okay. And they will also come to the warehouse and see what my husbands have in the warehouse, and they will also see the accounts. In fact, they want audit of everything. Then that was how the whole problem started. So while I came back to Lagos, they came for that. I was like, but Mama said wearing a white cloth, I don't need to go to the land. They refused. They even called a lawyer to come from their own side to come and take notes of everything, so that at the end of the thing there will be an agreement and I will sign, and I refused. So they went there, seeing everything. They sent out videos of what they saw in my warehouse. They started threatening me that do I think that when they've seen all they saw, that they will allow me to sit on the money? That I do not know how they make the money. That's how the whole thing started. To the extent this thing started and prolonging. My mother-in-law and my brother-in-law have to go to the village and go to the Alosi Okeja and go and bring Alosi to my father's house and keep Alosi there. In that Alosi, there are brooms, there are a lot of things inside there. There are brooms, there are caskets, there are a lot of things inside the Alosi, keeping it in my compound. At first, we didn't know where this thing was from. But later, the Alosi people called us that it's from there, that my mother-in-law and my brother-in-law said that I took 50 million to my father's house. So this thing lingering, then now, my son, I have 4 children. One of my child, the last baby, died. I called them when my son was in the hospital. I called them, telling them my baby is sick. None of them refused to come and see me or ask of this baby. Then 2 weeks precisely, the boy was in life supporting machine for 2 weeks at a hospital named St. Nicholas Hospital in Lagos Island. I called their attention to the boy that the boy is sick. They refused to come. The boy died on the 7th of June. They still refuse to come. My mother-in-law said I should carry the corpse and do whatever I want to do with the corpse. Now I brought the corpse down to my husband's village. My mother-in-law and my brother-in-law ordered an instruction that they should throw me out of my own husband's house and that they shouldn't let anybody dig any grave there. Then in fact that they should throw me out of the house. Right now, my son is in the mortuary, a 7-year-old baby lying in the mortuary, and my brother-in-law and my mother-in-law refused the boy to be buried, stating that unless I do the needful, and what is the needful, that I should come and present their husband's thing, my husband's thing, which is their brother's thing, that they want to see what my husband have, where they were still fighting me to make sure that they persuade me or to push me to succumb to their demands. My brother-in-laws, they were sending me so many threat messages, especially Okechukwu Anadi. He was sending me a lot of threat message that if he come down all the way from Germany, that he's going to deal with me, that I know that he has boys here that he will send to that those guys that they can come after my life, and so many kind of threats.
Just like a movie, but the story is real and the matter is in the courts now.
The ministry has been helping me so far. In fact, when I came here and told Honorable Ifi Odinabo about these things, he swam into action with immediate effect, and they are on the process of helping me out to make sure that my son must be buried in his father's house. I want to use this opportunity to thank Governor Soludo for the help he has been helping the widows, because the widows go through a lot in the hands of their in-law once their husband is dead. I am thanking him and I'm encouraging him to continue to do more, because we the widows, we don't have anybody to run to. But because we know that we can run to Soludo for help, I think the crime and the intimidation and the discrimination, other people will learn and run away from it.